call this General Services Pub.Works Committee meeting to order on March 9th, 2020 at noon, and welcome Council Members Wood and English to the noon meeting. Our first item agenda today is being presented by Tim Martin of the Streets and Engineering Department. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman, Committee, Council members. Today I come before you looking for recommendation to purchase our second license plate recognition software equipment. Earlier this month, we purchased the vehicle that this equipment will go into. We're looking to try to get it together before the tourist season, end of May. This equipment would be a sole source in which it will be compatible with the equipment that we have in our initial vehicle downtown. This has been approved by administration and run through the Parking Commission. The goal is to continue to move forward with a more online fee payment through our system. Customer side, there's no longer required receipts, that you can actually go online if you need more time and put it on your vehicle. This, the reason for it today is we are challenged to get through our whole system in a 2-hour time frame, especially if there's infractions or anything. And with the 2-hour free parking, the commission felt that we needed to move forward with this. It is a $54,000 purchase, roughly $38,000 for the equipment, and a 4-year warranty coverage on it. This is about $25,000 less than the original software purchase we had. So there's a savings because we're using this system already. It'll digitally chalk the tires as it makes its rounds. And with that, I would stand for any questions.
I know at the Parking Commission, this has been in the pipeline for a while and had a lot of discussion, and yep, sounds like it should do the trick.
I don't have any questions. If they thought it was, one question, I guess, because of my lack of knowledge of just coming into the position in January, was this something that you already presented once in the last budget cycle?
No, it was 2 years ago that we purchased our first equipment. Our former deputy administrator brought this forward at that time. It literally has got cameras all over this vehicle, and as it goes down the road, it's going to read the license plates. It'll know whether you parked in front of the bakery by the lake and moved down in front of the Iron Horse within the 2-hour time frame. It's pretty sophisticated. The company will come in and put it on the vehicle and test it and everything.
I have a couple questions. Will we still have the lukes in the
Yes,
parks, or will we remove them?
we do. You will have that, be able to put your license plate number in them, and it will read that, correct.
Okay. I think it's a great improvement in customer service for the citizens and visitors. I mean,
Yes.
being able to do the online payments and reduce the lines at McEwen and
Yeah.
Independence Point. So with that.
And as well as the skateboard park now.
Yeah,
That's come
true.
on since we purchased the first vehicle as well.
Well, I would make a motion that the council declare Minuteman Security Technologies as the sole source provider for the purchase of a Gentech license plate recognition system for use by the city's parking enforcement contractor, Diamond Parking, and authorized purchase.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Or any further discussion? Sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and Renata, we can place this on the consent calendar. Oh, Renata.
Thank you.
We're working out the kinks here of our first meeting. All right, our second agenda item is a request for approval of the proposed CXT precast products for the restroom replacement of Bricks City Park restroom. And Bill Greenwood is here to present.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we've been talking about a replacement for the Bricks restroom in City Park, which is on the north end. This has to do with our remodel of the memorial grandstands. Our partner NIC has asked in the new design that we have provided a changing area for the ladies. And so I've got some pictures here to show you what it's going to look like. And this is a 5-holer in each. So that's the restroom has that many units inside of it. There's an overview of what they call a plan view, which shows you the interior. Here are the changing rooms on the north end, so they've got doors on either side for each team. We don't have anything in here in the budget for this. Doesn't mean that we're not going to do some things like some benches and maybe some hooks and some other things that we can do ourselves at a later time. The reason I went this direction was that when we did the restroom at Memorial Park by the skate park, it came in way over budget, and it only had a 2-holer in for each. So we cut it way back. It came in almost $380,000. And so in order for us to get what we thought we'd need, currently that unit that's there, the Bricks restroom, has got 7 in the men's and 9 in the ladies. Again, the reason I went with 5 and 5 is just for budget's sake. I think those are going to be enough for that location. One thing I was kind of remiss in my staff report was I didn't tell you in there that the price of the installation of all the utilities is done by others. The purchase price is noted from CXT, but we have a plumber that's going to do the domestic water and the sewer, and then an electrician going to do that other stuff. And then so around the outside, we'll have to pour a pad or sidewalk around the entire piece, and there'll be another individual do that. This unit comes as a precast. It comes in 2 pieces. It sets down on a foundation of just gravel. And so the foundation is the floor that's already existing. It just sets, we just make a pad out of gravel and compact it, and then they come in with a crane and just set it down. And so this is what we're doing to plan for it, is it's a 4-month wait on the order of it. So it looks like it'll go in near the end of the summer. So after the Taste of the Coeur d'Alenes and before we get some really crummy weather, we'll have this end of August, sometime September, done.
What's the transition time, do you anticipate, the demo of the original?
So I'm going to wait on the demo because we're still using the unit now, the current one that's there. So we'll wait on the demo near the end of the summer after Taste of the Coeur d'Alenes. So once that's done, which is the first weekend in August, which is a pretty big deal in City Park. So we'll wait for that is over, and then we'll have it demoed and get it prepped. Demo, Cannon Hill's going to do the work. It shouldn't take them much. We'll get the utilities pushed in place where they're supposed to be to match the footprint when the unit comes in. So it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before we get everything tightened up after the demo's done. I give myself a little bit of room because we're getting busy that time of year, so I'm not certain how much man hours we can throw right at it real fast.
Madam Chair? I just want to say that Bill has actually kept us very informed, us being Park and Rec, and then, of course, my role at NIC. He's been great about letting us know how this is progressing. The college is certainly happy with the partnership, the ability of our female athletes to go ahead and have a nice changing area that they've had to struggle with that for a while, which we had an opportunity to partner with the city and try to make this happen. And I think there's still some things maybe the college could share in as well when we talk about those changing rooms. Maybe there's some opportunity.
If let's go about some lockers possibly, or some benches, or whatever it might be.
Yes, so we should definitely go ask, right?
Right.
So we're excited about this, and great work, Bill. Appreciate the
Thank you.
partnership.
Well, let's see, in that changing area, did it look like there were drains in the floor, or is there a shower in there, or it's
There's
just
no
flooding?
shower.
Okay.
I think that's, I think really what you're seeing, I thought the same thing too. I think they told me those yes, they are. They are. So it's just in case we have to go in here and hose things down.
Oh.
Sometimes we have to disinfect
Yep,
things,
yep.
and that's,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, but no
And the whole
shower.
thing is, the nice thing about it too, is entirely concrete.
Right,
So it's easy to just hose off and squeegee out.
yep.
Great.
Madam Chair, I'd make a motion. Let's see, let me find it here. The council approve proposal for CXT Precast Products Incorporated for the restroom replacement of the Bricks City Park restroom and authorize negotiating a contract.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and this can be placed on the agenda, please. All right, we have item number 3 before us, a request for approval of renewal of agreement with Handshake Productions for the summer concert series.
So Mr. Gugamus, Chris, has been doing concert series for 27 or 8 years now. And so it's just his time is up for renewal. And he's done a good job. The only real change in this is that Chris isn't getting around quite as quick as he used to. And so he's helping pick up some of our staff time to help manage that a little bit. And that's identified here in the new contract. He and I met a few weeks ago, and he's fine with it. We went through all of it. He might have been here today, but he was at our Park and Rec Commission, which we didn't have a quorum, so. But anyway, it's just pretty standard stuff. He does a great job on those Sunday concerts.
Great, any questions?
No, not from you.
No, I think it's a good thing, and I think I remember back in the early 90s of my first council term when he first came in. I
First
think.
brought it
So,
forward
yeah,
way back
yeah,
then,
so.
yeah.
And
Anyway,
I just
that's
had,
good.
one comment, as I was hoping Chris would be here, just so I could thank him for all of his work. I mean, we've been going there for years, and it's just
Yeah, he's got a real
such-
passion for it.
Yeah.
Well, I would make a motion then that council approve the renewal of the agreement with Handshake Production for the summer concert series.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and this can be placed on the consent calendar. And our fourth and final item is a request for approval of lowest responsive bid and award the contract to Badger Meter for purchase of new water meters. And Kyle is here from the Water Department.
Good afternoon, council. Thank you for having me. Yes, I'm here for the approval for the lowest responsive bid for the Badger water meters. Each year, we do what we call an MCOP program, which is a meter change out program. We try to change around 2,000 meters a year, depending on the location of the city. So we go through the city and change out the entire city in about 10 years. So we broke that down. So each year's plus or minus 2,000 meters, depending on where we're at. We're kind of in the Niter corridor this year, so we're just above 2,000 meters. So we went out to bid this year for a total of 2,042 meters. We purchase our meters, brands as Badger meters with an Orion head. That way we have the same type of meters throughout the whole city, along with the radio read. So we can stock one type of parts, one type of laptop, one type of radio read equipment to read all our meters. Otherwise, we'd have to have multiple trucks, multiple equipment, more staff, such as that. The cost would go up as we started getting different brands. So we went out to bid this year, got the single lowest response back from Badger Meter for $403,674. And I would like to stand for any questions that you might have.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Well, I would just like to comment that the planning, it sounds like there's a lot of planning year after year for this, that this isn't something that comes as a surprise to council. So, no, great strategic planning. I'm learning a lot as I go about all the different departments. So it just seems like just kind of housekeeping, so.
And just the cost of this, comes out of the fees that people pay for the water. So, it's basically, it's part of the self-sufficient enterprise funding.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. And long-term planning, looking into that as well, is when you have meters, they have a time frame that they'll last. It's usually about 10 years for the battery life in it. Sometimes the core of the meter will last longer, so we send those off to have them tested. We work with Spokane very close with that. The problem is we're getting more and more, we're sending over to get tested. They're looking at starting to charge us, so we actually budgeted this year to purchase a meter test bench. We're looking at going out to bid in the next couple months for that item. That will help save us money in the long run to reuse those meters and rebuild meters that we can reuse.
Great. Madam Chair, I'd make a motion, a request for approval of a lowest responsive bid and award the contract to Badger Meter for purchase of new water meters. Kyle Marine, Assistant Water Superintendent. Oh, I read that wrong, Kyle. I'm reading you into the motion. So strike the Kyle part, and that was my motion.
And second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes and will be placed on the upcoming council agenda.
Will that be on consent or agenda?
It's saying right here that staff is recommending it be placed on agenda. Do you have a preference?
Consent would be,
That's always a preference, isn't it?
I think it's
That, yeah, I think,
consent.
Yeah.
Sounds appropriate. And that concludes our first joint
well, I'll
general
make a
service.
final motion to adjourn then, okay?
Okay,
I'll
second.
second.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Okay.